All right, here we are again. It is time to start working on the Mazda, basically mechanical today. Let's see what all stuff I can get done today. I installed, well actually me, Gina, and Kathleen, we all installed this portable canopy. It's a 10 by 20. It's going to be nice for this summer to have somewhat of a breeze. I mean, these trees right here, they fell out a little bit and I almost fell on my ass. I'm looking up and walking downhill. But anyway, they create quite a bit of shade in the middle of the day, and then towards 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun ends up over here and that just shines all in this area. So this is going to be nice. I finally got tired of hitting my head on the airline because it was right inside the shop, inside the door, just to the left, but it was enough to be able to run into it all the time. Got some old steel rims. I'm going to take this and probably mount it back there for the hose so we can get that done up. I already showed you. Well, the shop's still clean right now. All right, let's do this. I'm going to work on the valves and hopefully the Weber today and get all that on there, and it should be able to sound better than it did. Alright, well, I just now thought about something. Just in case you guys haven't heard it, let's go ahead and start up. I haven't started it in a week. I try to start it every weekend. Oh yeah, you gotta push the clutch in. Ooh. Sounds pretty rough. Hear it? So we need to get that to sounding better. Pop the hood. You guys haven't even ever seen under the hood. Look at all that smoke. Hopefully most of that will go away. And Chuck's calling me. All right, here it is. I opened the hood. I turned the engine off. Fucking Chuck calls and messes up everything for the video. Son of a bitch. Okay, so here it is. This is what it looks like almost stock. We've got lots of dirt. Look, there's snow right there. Isn't that awesome? That's the never melting snow. And then on this side, we've got this. Some of this has already been pinched off. Like this is, I believe, goes around back, a rebreather. And then we've got this one that comes up. No, actually, that one comes around. Anyway, we've got this one that comes up this way. Those have already been pinched off, but we're going to take all that shit out of there. Down below, there's a fucking can that goes down there to the rest of the exhaust. That's all going to be pinched off. I'll probably pinch these off right here for now till I can get down there to take that can off and a bunch of other shit. And then on this side there's more poop and there's some doohickeys and whatnot, and all of this, I mean pretty much all of these vacuum lines, all this shit, this whole thing right here that you're seeing, except for the fuses, might even be the fuses, all that's coming off. This is coming off. The carburetor is coming off. The only thing that'll be left will be this vacuum line, which is your vacuum advance, and you have your vacuum coming over here to the brake booster. That's it. That's all that'll be left in there, is those two vacuums. The rest of the vacuum lines go away. You've got this piece here too. That'll hook up. But yeah. Actually, no, it's this one. It's this one that hooks back up to the carburetor on the Weber. And then this one hooks up to the intake. I'm looking at that right now. My bad on that shit. Oh, I'm cussing too much on this video. I don't cuss normally this much. Gotta get this get that mounted back up. And yeah, and you gotta get the fan shroud back in here. And there's some other stuff down there that's not hooked up anymore. And yeah, the bottom timing belt cover is off, but I have it, so I'll have to put that back on because I want to. We're going to take the head off. So yeah, now you've seen the motor. Let's do this. First thing we're going to do is there's going to be a series of 10mm bolts. This one didn't have them, but there's here, because you got to get that off. And then you're going to open up the inside, or the top, open it up. There'll be 2 more 10mm bolts on the inside. And then this is going to work up, but you got to slide these hoses off too. And then we're going to lift it up. Now when we lift it up, we're going to find more vacuum lines attached to the bottom. We need to try to find all the vacuum lines that are attached to the bottom and get those ones to release as well. Because I'm not going to be putting none of this back on, I am not worried about a lot of these electronics that are under here. It's just a matter of figuring out how to get them apart. If they can't come apart, most of this has been already redone anyway. There's wires here that are just going to come apart. So now that comes off. So there's going to be a couple vacuum lines on this side, one on here, and one on this side over here underneath that. So this whole piece to me is junk. Somebody else might need it, but I'll set this over here off to the side, and then we'll go back underneath here because all this is coming off. The whole dang thing. Man, there's oil and stuff all down in there. Yeah, we'll get that off. We're going to do the EGR valve as well. Oop, I got to get down here. We're going to take the EGR valve off as well and make a template for that. This is my headset, if you're wondering. We'll make a small template for that so that we can delete the EGR, which that's a really easy thing to do. A lot of these guys are buying theirs. We don't need to buy them. We're going to keep this, like I said, vacuum advance. So for now, it's really just a matter of deleting a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to get to working on this. If you're going to do the Weber, all these vacuum lines, you can just start yanking them. This stuff, you can pull it out. I'm going to pull this entire assembly out right now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find every which way possible to do that. Oh, wow. They put a cover on this so that it wasn't even... It's just a freaking plug. It's not even being used. I don't know who did that. See, years of trying to delete it anyway is what they were doing. So yeah, I'll have to get a new valve for that, or actually a new rubber plug for that right there, so that can go back in there. Whew. All right, time to start pulling stuff apart. As they say, delete, 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 erase, erase, erase. That's all there is to it. If we can get it out of there. Those ones are welded in. I'm an idiot. There we go for the other side. What's that? This one right here, right? I don't know if I can get to that bottom one. We're going to find out. Okay, that one's done. Now this one. Okay, that one's done. We're just going to delete, delete, erase, erase till we can get down to other stuff. I mean, this is starting to come out. Any wires that this stuff's attached to, just start unplugging it because it's no longer needed. It's all attached to the carburetor. There's that. Not this. Leave that alone. That's for your fuel. Now we've got this and this and this. We're getting down to the meat, which is the carburetor. And go ahead and I need a knife. Hold, please. All right, I'm back. Some of these don't come off easy. Cut them off close. That way you can save some of this vacuum line, because some of it might still be good. Now, some of it's still good. I mean, you can use it on another vehicle. You can use it for making your vacuum line deletes, which those are really easy because you're just taking screws and putting it into that. A lot of people buy them. I don't buy them. I do it old school style. Just stick a screw in it. Some of you are going, oh my God, how's he going to know where to put all that? We're not putting it anywhere. All this is coming off. So we need to just yank this shit off of here. Hey, I'm trying to get this as short as possible. There. We're almost there. Oh, wait a minute. There's one more down here. Cut. There's a long one. Cut. See that? You don't need that. Throw that shit away. It's so much fun deleting stuff. Yeah, here's another one we don't need. Okay. See, it's looking nicer already. All these plugs don't be needed. Oh, there's like some kind of brain in there that you don't need no more. Delete the brain. Alright. We don't want to delete everything. We don't know what some of this stuff goes to. Oh no, that's another vacuum thing. So that can come out of there. Okay, we need a different size. Like I said, this whole thing is like 10 and 12. 10 and 12. Most everything is a 10 and 12 on a Mazda. I would say 90% of it is 10 and 12. Who needs that? We don't need that. Some more shit we don't need. Stuff. Sorry, it's stuff. We might need that ground wire. Let me put that ground wire back on something else. Yeah, we need to. Try not to cut yourself. I like cutting myself. Not like that. Not like that. Okay. Like I said, you still need to be careful about what you're deleting. Okay, that's down there. That's a wire that we don't need. So anyway, I'm going to go back to deleting. Hold please. And you're going to get your hands dirty. Just forgot to tell you about that. Around the base there's 4 bolts that hold the carburetor on. I've gotten 2. They're not easy to get to, and they're not going to be easy to put back on. Well, they'll be a little bit easier because you won't have as many vacuum lines. But it's going to be a process of just working slowly to get them out of there. Unless you got a special tool I don't know about. You got to do these ones pretty much by hand. And again, these ones are 12. This one's a pain in the butt to get to. The one in the back. I always do that one first. Not like me, I do it last. Turn it around. Damn it. That's a pain in the butt. See if I can get it. My hand now. You're gonna scratch yourself too. You might bleed a little bit. Hey, you want to see my ear? Is it bothering you that I'm not talking to nobody, but I'm wearing my headset? Okay. Okay, here we go. I got that one off. I still don't remember how many more vacuum lines we got to pull off. See, look, it's loose now. Let's go ahead and get this one off. Fuel. Yeah, don't light a cigarette now. Okay, let's see if we can get this off of here. There's another wire. When in doubt, yank harder. Damn it. Why won't that come off up there? It's like it's been on there forever or something. Like I said, you're not using this stuff anymore. There's that. Okay, there's that wire. Let's see if we can pull it off here now. No! More vacuum lines. There. How about that one? Will that one do it? Nope. There's that one too. Oh, yes. Okay. One thing we have left now is the throttle cable. Which that's got to come off of there too. But that one's a little bit easier because it's got this rubber thing right here. You just slide that up and out. And then you bring this cable around. Come on. Do what I want you to do. It's twisting. I'm about to turn the camera off and say, I'll be right back. Okay. All right. My neighbors are like, who the fuck is he talking to? Boom. Here's the old one. See the gas? This is how you wash your hands. I'm teaching you. You take the gas, take the old gas, let it drip out on your hands. Set that on the ground and rub. See? And take your rag and wipe your hands off. They come out perfect, see? Anyway, like I said, don't do this and smoke at the same time. Alright, we got all that off. We don't need that anymore. Now I'm gonna... Oh, I just threw it. Somebody might need that. I don't need it. Okay. Now I've got to go in here and I've got to delete the rest of the shit that needs to be deleted off of here. Like this don't need to be on there. So we can put a cover on that. We've got our fuel pump over here, which that's that line that came off right there. It's got to come back around. Yeah, so anyway, mechanical. So I was wrong on this one. We're not doing nothing with that one. I've got to cover up this vacuum line here. I've got to put little cover on that one there. This one's got to be shortened and a screw be put in that one, screw in this one, screw in that one. Now they're all going to get screwed. Yeah, this is the EGR. We'll take this off the side, make a plate for it, and that's all I can think of right now. I just want to get this cleaned up a little bit, and then we'll get the Weber out here. This is turning into a long-ass video. Be right back. Alright, I use these like little self-tapping screws. That's all they are. I'll use these ones and some that are a little bit bigger for the bigger vacuum lines. All I'll do is I'll just stick it down in there. I mean, you can buy covers for these, but you screw this all the way down in there, get it nice and tight, and that ain't gonna leak. That's all there is to it. Just go through and shorten them down where you need them and screw it in. Shorten this one down, shorten the other one down. That's, I mean, that's all you're doing. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. I want to show you when you pull the EGR valve off of this side over here. Hopefully your gasket is saved, because this is going to be your template to put on steel, and then you do this like that. Really all you're going to need is enough to be able to cover this hole, and this hole. So just make sure that you make a line straight around the outside of this all the way around to there like that, and then from here you can just about go straight across over to there, and then it'll make it an easier template to cut out, and then just grind around the outside edges. Measure your holes for your screws to go, or for your bolts to go back in, you know, preferably 1/4 inch, because the other thing you can do is you can go back in here and see how far in these actually screw in. I know 2 of them go straight through to the other side. The 2 bottom ones go straight through to the other side, but it's this one, not sure, I think it goes right into the intake. I could be wrong, if I remember right. Let's see, because that's what you want to do, is you want to make sure that it's going to be enough, and so far it's not going to be enough. 1/4 inch is not going to be thick enough for this unless you screw up your intake a little bit, and we don't want to screw up our intake. I don't think that it's going to go all the way through. We can keep trying. This is 12, no, this is 10. Okay. No. It's going to go right to about almost 1/4. So what I would suggest is finding some other bolts that might be able to fit in here, which you've already pulled off a bunch of them. And when you were first taking this stuff off, those side bolts to mounting all this stuff over here, remember, you've got a bunch of these. Some of these might actually fit. Let's look. Oh, look. It fits. So you can go 1/4 inch steel, maybe a little bit thinner. What's that, 3/16? And you've got 3 of these bolts. They have a, what, a 6 on the back of them? These will bolt right up to the side right here. And they're a lot shorter. So save those. That way you can get back in here. This one doesn't work. That's a different thread count. Oh, there it is. I think this is the one. There we go. So now I've got 3 of those. And use those with your piece of steel that you're going to cut out. And then you got your EGR delete. It's that simple. Existing bolts you already had, and then you just need a piece of 1/4 inch thick steel. And then save your gasket, because your gasket is gonna also help to create that seal. I would just cut off the excess if you want to. If not, then just leave it the way it is. But we're going to take these old bolts out of here, the ones that were original. And we're going to take, see, here's the difference. You can see the difference in size on those. See that? That's the difference. So you're going to take those short ones and put them down in here. You're going to take 1/4 inch, cut it out, and you'll bolt it back up together. I'm probably going to take a little bit thinner, probably the 3/16. I've got some steel. I'm going to find the camera right there. And find some 3/16. I think I have some, and then I'll cut a piece out and do that. I'll do that a little bit later. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a half an hour show. It's gonna suck. I might end up splitting it up. Okay, be back. Further along, make sure that you clean the top of this. You know, just as best you can. Get some of the bigger stuff off, and just get it so that it's a little bit smoother. That way when the new gasket goes down, it'll actually be able to create a seal. You don't want anything lifting up too much. So try to get that cleaned off as best you can. See, I've got screws on the tops of all of these. They're already covered up. Still got this wire here. It comes straight from the alternator. What else? I got this piece out of here just by taking these two nuts on either side of here, and that bracket will pull out and you can put that back down. What else? I found the longest vacuum line I could find off of everything else, and I plugged it from here and brought it all the way over to Vacuum Advance. So now I have a new one. I'm plugging that in right at the side of the intake. That way the Vacuum Advance can feel the pull of the carburetor immediately, and that's how your advanced timing is going to be able to work. If that's wrong, I'll let you know later. for right now, this sounds logical to me. And let's see, all that's already plugged up. That's all plugged up. All I need is the fuel hose and that. I think, yeah, let's go ahead and do the Weber carburetor next. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the next video. This video has already gone entirely too long as far as I'm concerned. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please watch the next video. Comment at the bottom. For you professional guys out there, if you feel that I've missed something, which I'm sure that I have, for you guys, let the guys know what more of a proper way to do this, a cleaner way, what they should do next. Just any comment, ridicule, tell me what I'm doing wrong. It's all appreciated, because if I'm not gonna do it, the other guy might, and you'll save him. So anyway, thumbs up and a pinky down. Yeah, aloha to you guys out there in Hawaii, because you guys always do that, and you guys out there in Australia, and the guys from around the world. I know there's a few guys over in Guam even, and Saudi Arabia, and Ukraine, and UK, and I've talked to a bunch of you guys all over the place. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video.